Hello everyone, welcome back to Genius Tutorials. So today we are going to start with our next session on geometry series, and in this session we are going to discuss about Cevians, the various Cevians, medians, angle bisectors and all other things. But before going to start the session, do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not subscribed it yet, and I must say that you should go through all these geometry sessions one by one. If you have not attended the previous one, I would suggest you to attend those sessions also. Okay, let's start with this session. So first of all, what is a Cevian? Basically a Cevian is a line that intersect triangle vertex to the opposite side. Let us say this is a triangle ABC. So if I draw any line from this vertex to side BC, let's say AD, this is the Cevian. Same way, this is also a Cevian. This is also a Cevian. Okay, AD, BE, and CF. So it need not be necessary that this D, E, and F they are midpoints, or AD should be altitudes, or they are angle bisector. It can be. So all these are the medians, angle bisector, they all are Cevians. They are specific cases of Cevians. Okay, so they all are specific cases of Cevians. Basically, Cevian is a line that intersect both triangles vertex and opposite side. Okay, so this is about Cevians. So now we will discuss about and one more thing. The Cevians can be concurrent. It cannot be. It can also be non-concurrent. What do you mean by concurrent Cevians? Concurrent Cevians means if concurrent lines are lines passing through one common point. All these lines are concurrent. So when I say that Cevians are concurrent, as in this triangle we have made these Cevians and they are intersecting at one common point. Let us say this point is O. So we can say in this case that Cevians are concurrent. It can also be possible that Cevians are not concurrent. We can have that case also, and we have a specific theorem also based on this that we will discuss later on. But before that, let's discuss about these cases one by one. So first of all, let us understand what is centroid of a triangle. In triangle ABC, if I say that D is midpoint, this D is midpoint of BC and E is midpoint of AC and F is midpoint of AB. The line joining vertex to the midpoint of opposite side, this line is called median. All these are three medians, and the point of intersection of all medians is called centroid. It is generally denoted by centroid, is generally denoted by G. So G is centroid, and one important property of the centroid is that centroid divides median in ratio 2:1. Okay. Same way we can say that BG ratio GE. This is also 2:1, and CG ratio GF. This is also 2:1. So centroid is basically point of intersection of all medians. Point of intersection of all medians, that is centroid. Okay, and one more thing, that centroid of a triangle divides into 6 triangles of equal area. These 6 triangles, area of all these 6 triangles are equal. That means area of BGC, area of DGC, CGE, all these are equal, or we can say area of one such triangle is equal to 1/6 area of triangle ABC. Just keep this thing in your mind. One more thing, suppose we have a triangle ABC and let us say that AD is any line. Okay, AD is any line. I'm not saying that D is midpoint. AD is any Cevian. So if I say that area of triangle ABD, that will be half into base into height. it can be this, no? Let us say this is perpendicular. Okay, this is H. Same way, area of ACD. What will be the area of ACD? It will be half into base will be CD and height will remain H. So what we can say, if I take a ratio of areas ABD and ACD, it will be, now this half will cancel out, HH will cancel out, we can say BD upon CD. So what can we conclude out of it? That ratio of areas, that will be equal to ratio of their bases if height is common. In case height is common, then ratio of area would be equal to ratio of their bases. I hope this is clear. Okay. Okay. Now if I take this is a triangle ABC, let us understand this. If ABC is a triangle and if I draw angle bisector of this angle, angle bisector of this angle and angle bisector of this angle, the point where all these angle bisectors intersect, जैसा construction में करते थे ना, you draw perpendicular from this. Okay, if you draw a circle, this circle will touch all the sides internally, and the circle is called basically in circle, and this point is in center. So basically in center is point of intersection. This is point of intersection of all angle bisectors. This is point of intersection of all angle bisectors. Okay, and this radius is called in radius, small r, it is denoted by small r, in radius. Okay. Now one more thing, if I say, let us say this point is I. If I is in center, then angle BIC, this will be equal to 90 plus A by 2. Same way, if I calculate CIA, it will be equal to 90 plus B by 2. And this BIA, this will be equal to 90 plus C by 2. This is very important result regarding in centers. And रिजल्ट बताया तो प्रूफ तो होना ही चाहिए, बिना प्रूफ के तो रिजल्ट का मतलब नहीं. Okay, so let us say that this is a triangle. Let us say this is triangle ABC and this is angle bisector, this is angle bisector. Okay, and this point is I. If this is angle 1, this is angle 2. We know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C, this will be equal to 180 degree. So we can say that half of angle A plus half of angle B plus half of angle C, this will be equal to 90 degree. Okay, that means A by 2, half of angle B will be angle 1, half of angle C will be angle 2. This will be equal to 90 degree. We can say that angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 90 minus A by 2. Okay, and we know that 1 plus 2 plus angle BIC, this will be equal to 180 degree. So we can say that angle BIC is equal to 180 minus 1 plus 2. Okay, and value of 1 plus 2 is known to us. What is value of 1 by 2? We have calculated 90 minus A by 2. So you can substitute this value, you will get 90 plus A by 2. That's what we have discussed earlier also. That angle BIC will be equal to 90 plus A by 2. Same way you can calculate AIC and BIA also. Okay, so this is about in center. Okay, and we have discussed centroid and in center. Centroid is point of intersection of all medians and in center is point of intersection of all angle bisectors. Next is if I draw perpendicular bisectors of each side, perpendicular bisector of each side. Okay, the point of intersection of all perpendicular bisector, this is called circumcenter. And if you taking this point as center and this as radius, if you draw a circle, it will be It will be like this, touching all the vertices. Okay, and this is a radius, capital R. This is called circumradius. Okay, so if I say that this is a triangle ABC and O is circumcenter of this triangle, then angle BOC will be equal to 2 times of angle A. Okay, this is degree method theorem. We will discuss this in circles topic once again, but you can just keep this thing in your mind that BOC, angle BOC will be equal to 2 times of angle A in case of circumcenter. In case of in-center, it will be 90 plus A by 2. Okay. One more thing. If I say that in case of a triangle, let us say this is a triangle, and if I draw all altitudes, this is altitude, this is altitude, and this is altitude. So point of intersection of all altitude, this is called orthocenter. So what is orthocenter? Orthocenter is point of intersection of all altitudes, where all altitudes intersect. That point is called orthocenter. And property for orthocenter is this angle BHC and angle A, they are supplementary angles. Same way from AHC and angle B, it will be 180 degree. And AHB plus angle C, this will again be 180 degree. So let us try one question. If I say that suppose in a triangle ABC, if I say that you have to, it is given that if angle A is equal to 70 degree, then find angle BOC if first part is O is in center, second part is O is circumcenter, and third part is if O is orthocenter. So we have covered 3 questions in this one only. So if O is in center, let us say this, we need to calculate this BOC, no? Let us say this point O is in center. So we know that for in center, angle BOC will be equal to 90 plus A by 2. And A is given as 70, so 90 plus 35, it will be 125 degree. Okay. In case O is circumcenter, we know that in case of circumcenter, angle BOC will be equal to 2 times of angle A. So your answer should be 140 degree. In third case, if O is orthocenter, in that case we know that angle BOC will be equal to 180 minus angle A. So that will be equal to 180 minus 70. So 110 should be your answer to this question. Okay. I hope this question is clear to you. Okay. One more thing. So is it possible that centroid of a triangle lies outside the triangle? Is it possible? If I say that this is a triangle, ABC is a triangle, is it possible that centroid lies outside the triangle? No, it never lies outside the triangle. Okay, and it cannot even lie on the triangle. Obviously, when we are talking of point of intersection of all medians, so medians is basically the Cevian joining midpoint to the opposite vertex. So obviously midpoint to bahar lie nahi karega na. So centroid will never lie outside the triangle. Same way in center. In center is basically center of that circle which is inscribed inside the triangle. So it will never lies outside the triangle. Okay. But in case of circumcenter and orthocenter, yes, they can lie outside the triangle. And in which case, suppose if we have acute angle triangle, I am talking of circumcenter and orthocenter. Okay, so if we have an acute angle triangle, then it will lies inside the triangle. Okay, because in this case, if you draw circumcircle, it will lie inside the triangle. In case of right angle triangle, it will lie on the hypotenuse, on the triangle. Okay. In case of obtuse angle triangle, it will lie outside the triangle. So you have to remember these points. So if I say that we have a triangle, let's say 3, 5 and 7. So what can you say about circumcenter of this triangle? Will it lie inside the triangle, outside the triangle, or on the triangle? So what we can do, we can check whether the triangle is acute, obtuse or right angle. So 3 square plus 5 square, it will be 9 plus 25, which is less than 7 square. So the triangle is obtuse here. So if this triangle is obtuse, what can we say about the circumcenter? Yes, definitely it will lie outside the triangle. I hope this is clear. Okay. So we have some other points also, but that we will discuss in our next session. Let's do this much in this session. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the session, and thank you so much. We will come up with more such sessions.